Ralph?
I don't have a question. I'd just make a simple comment. I think what I love that was tied together was that there's a few of these folks that you saw or that you showcased that they came from somebody else, and the other client, the other practitioner, whatever, seemed to make the things way more complicated. And I love how you're making it just simple, like just going back to the basics and making it super simple and uncovering that element and then focusing on that before we move to higher level things. That's what I've gathered greatest probably today for me was we can make this complicated and people can walk out thinking they've got all kinds of problems, us creating a whole nother nocebo, but B, then they think they've got so many issues and it doesn't have to be that way. I guess that's the biggest thing for me.
Wow. That you nailed it, Ralph. It's not about making people feel bad. It's not about giving people more problems. They already know they have problems. They're not looking for a label or someone else to confirm that something hurts or something's they suck at something. We're only trying to create a positive experience of movement. We're trying to create an actionable program. We're trying to make it relevant, and we're trying to present it in terms of what they feel and what we experience together. If I see something that's like minute and they don't feel it or experience it, even if I think there's a way to intervene there, I'm not going to focus on that because it's not going to matter to them. It's just, it needs to always be relevant. And I love what you described there. And I learned that from Craig. Craig said, it doesn't matter if you're, the greatest athlete in the world, or, you're just trying to recover from an injury, you're sedentary. It's everybody has foundations that we can work on. And if you take that mindset and you observe very carefully, I think you guys will start to and keep the person's lived experience and their story in mind. I think you guys will be able to gather these things with your eyes the way we're trying to show you.
What you just heard Ryan say, that epitomizes the whole mentorship and our lab immersion. And it's a counterpoint to one of the things that's out there from the pain science people who say that it's always a nocebo if you describe to somebody a dysfunction you found. For us, we're looking for what was in that slide that I had Laura go back to. Measure what matters and change it. So the things that matter, it can't just be a scan. The problem with scans is you can't change them. It's defeatist. But the beautiful thing about function, and what I learned from Dr. Carol Levin, what Ryan is expressing, is we're looking for things we can change that are easy to describe, not complicated, to Ralph's point, in terms of making it meaningful and connecting the dots. This should always be front and center. It shouldn't be some voodoo that you see and they can't see. It's what they experience. And I just love how you framed that, Ryan. I hope everybody looks at the video and screenshots just that first 30 seconds of what you just said there, Ryan.